My people, my people. I'm going to try to make a quick video. I always say that and it never ends up being a quick video, but I am hanging out with Miss Eddie. She's right there. Come here, pick up. Here you are. There she is. Isn't she cute? She's a love bug. She just gives you a run for your money when you try to pick her up. What are you doing? If you scratch her butt, she goes, "Brrr." What are you doing? Hmm? Anyway, so today is 9/11, that dreaded day. But I just wanted to do a quick video. I was working as a firefighter paramedic. Is that really necessary, Vinny? Sorry. Sidebar. Anyway, I was working as a firefighter paramedic. I will try to keep my fingers from in front of the camera. It's kind of hard because I got her in one hand. What are you doing? And on 9/11, 2001, and it was like a surreal day because we were running calls, 24-hour shift, and of course the planes hit the towers early in the morning, but we were running calls. We started at 8 a.m. and I was working at St. Petersburg Fire Rescue, and people were just clueless. They didn't even know. We would stop for fuel and we'd say, "Did you see what happened?" And they'd be like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean?" And we're like, "The towers, New York." And they're like, "What do you mean?" Like, they thought it was a prank, honestly. We'd stop at nursing homes to pick up patients. We would go to the hospital and talk to the staff. Um, and for those of you that don't know about the fire department, as far as anyways, St. Pete Fire Rescue, I cannot speak for the county that I live in because I do live in a different county. They are paramilitary, is I guess how you describe it. So if we were not allowed to turn on the TV, sleep, take a nap, unless it was after 5. And if you're a firefighter paramedic, not just a firefighter, you are going to run your butt all day on calls, car accidents, this, that, and the other, nursing homes, somebody died at my house, whatever, where the fire engine may sit there all day long and not run a call at all. Or they'll come and back us up and assist us. So I'm not, sorry, I had to itch my eye, scratch my eye. Why do people say itch? I don't know. Anyway, so we had to run calls. So we're running calls to these random little things. Not every call is an emergency. People think it's an emergency, but it's not. Hey, I like my keys in my car. Oh my gosh. My kids are in the car, so we go racing over there, and next thing you know, you're like, you pull the door handle and the door comes open. It's like, your door's open. But, it's just a lot of BS stuff. And there are serious calls. I'm not going to make light of it. But on that particular day, 9/11 of 2001, it was not necessarily a bad day here in Florida because Miss Eddie, her name is Eddie, by the way, people. I'm calling her Eddie Piggy. They thought she was a boy, so they named her Eddie, but she's a girl. But yeah, that day was it wasn't really hectic in Florida because we're so far from New York. And, but a lot of the firefighters that I can't speak. A lot of the firefighters that I worked with had cousins or uncles or, people related to them that were actually up there in New York. One of the guys that I worked with at the station, his wife's cousin was in a fire truck that actually fell through the road after both planes hit. There was like a sinkhole, and I don't want, actually, it's not even a sinkhole. I don't know how to describe it. Basically, like the road caved in and it went down to nowhere, and it was in flames. So they were never able to recover the bodies. They did ask us if we would volunteer from here in Florida. Miss Eddie, what are you doing? She's just the star of the show now. Anyway, they did ask us if we'd go up north and help. At the time, my oldest two kids were very young, and my husband was also not a firefighter, but a paramedic, working 24-hour shifts, and the kids had school and then after school, and it just wouldn't have been feasible for me to go up there. So I did not go, not to mention I have asthma, and there was a lot of, if you got, I'm going to go on a lot of tangents, you guys, so just ride with me. There were a lot of respiratory issues up there, like the dust from buildings that were still collapsing, roads that were collapsing, the debris from the planes hitting the building, fuel that had gone out of those planes that caused a lot of the fire that went down those elevators shafts. So for me, it would not have been a good look. It ain't even about a good look. It would not have health-wise been wise for me to go up there. I didn't go, but a couple of the guys from my station, they did go. And here it is 2021, and they have permanent respiratory issues for the rest of their life. And I'm not talking like, oh, I just cough now and then. They have some serious lung issues because even though they were wearing masks or SCBAs, self-contained breathing apparatus, which we wear when we go in to fight fires, when they took them off, you know, I mean, you can't wear that 24/7. So when you take it off, all of a sudden you're breathing in all these particles of stuff. So a lot of them still have permanent for the rest of their life respiratory problems. And I already had asthma. I grew up with asthma, so I didn't go up there. Plus, like I said, my husband was a paramedic at the time for another county, and he was working 24-hour shifts, so somebody's got to be here to take care of the kids. I respect and honor everybody that went up there and helped. I felt bad for my coworkers that couldn't recover the bodies of, take these off, the bodies of the people that were related to them that, you know, literally fell into a hole and burned. And I'll take that back. Some of them were alive. And I can't imagine what it's like to be alive. You're just doing your job, trying to help other people, and you lose your life. And we know that when we get in that field. I was a firefighter paramedic. I became an EMT at 18. They wouldn't hire me until 19. And by then I was in my mid-30s, I want to say. Let's see, 73 to 2001. You do the math. I'm not doing it right now. It's too early in the morning. But ironically, ever since that day, I saw 9/11 everywhere. I see it on the clock. I've gotten it on receipts. It's been my change that I get back. If you guys have watched my channel, you know that I gave birth to surrogate twins for a couple in 2009. Their mother, her birthday is 9/11. The receipts when we did the fertility treatments for that came to $911. I see 9/11 constantly. I don't know why, but I do. It's not like I'm looking for it. I'll just turn to look at the clock and see what time is it so I can take the dogs out. It's 9/11. It constantly pops up in my life. And I'm not saying that's either here nor there, nor does it have anything to do with the other people who have had to go through pain and suffering with their families. But it is a number that is near and dear to my heart in many ways. It's and I believe they said that the people that did this had been in the country for years, and were like soccer coaches or whatever coaches, and you know, they lived as normal people, and they consider that, I'm going to say they because I don't know what group it is. They basically will just eventually give them a call and say, it's time. And then I don't want to say activate, they just do what they know they are supposed to do. I'm not going to say need to do because they didn't need to do it. But yeah, 9/11, it doesn't bring me sadness in the way that I've lost anybody there, but it does bring me sadness in the way that it happened. And it is such a huge event. And it's forever going to be part of our American history because thousands and thousands and thousands of people lost their lives. I've seen the videos on YouTube. You guys can look it up. There's many videos where people were there filming with their phones and you could hear bodies hitting other buildings because people jumped. They didn't want to burn to death, but they knew they were going to die. And they chose to jump. There's videos where they show the ash, the amount of ashes that were in the air, and that's why some of my previous coworkers have respiratory problems because they were breathing that in. Like a couple guys from my station, they were gone for 3 weeks up there. Not a good thing at all. And who knows, later they may have cancer because of that, but they are all having respiratory issues right now. That doesn't mean you don't do the job, because I don't preach on the fact that I was a firefighter, paramedic. Sorry, I'm picking all the bedding off myself because this guinea pig is a pig. She's messy. Oh, I'm talking about you. She's squeaking. You guys probably can't hear her. But, what are you squeaking about? Anyway, she's right here on my lap, you guys. There's Miss Eddie. Eddie Piggy. Anyway, so yeah, I never considered myself to be somebody suffering from PTSD, but there's a lot of things that affect me now that never affected me then. Anyway, it's not a good day anymore, but I see this number all the time. But a lot of people don't realize that many, many people were out in the streets that day. They did not know what was going on. I'm talking about lunchtime. This happened at 8 something in the morning, 9 something in the morning. I've seen all the videos, I've watched it, and our TV has been nothing but 9/11 footage since the last week. Mom is a nurse. She worked in a hospital. She wasn't working at the time. She was retired. So she's like, "Oh, watch this video." I don't want to watch it. And it's not out of disrespect at all for the men and women that lost their lives or lost family members or were there. It's just a matter of I had to work that day and I went through it. I didn't go through what the people in New York went through. But the point is, you don't have to go to a war to be in PTSD. And it bothers me a lot. But especially that's the birthday of the surrogate twins' mom that I gave birth to. So it's like anybody giving birth on that day or who was born on that day, like her, it's kind of like it's ruined for the rest of your life. And by no fault of your own, a lot of men and women lost their lives. Never should have happened. Sorry, I put my thumb over the camera, you guys. Look at this one. Where are you going? Well, you're not supposed to be over there. She's trying to find a way to get back in this playpen thing that I have over here, but it's the first time she's ever been on the floor. Because if she can get under the couch, she's going to go there and hide, and I'm going to have a hard time getting her, but it doesn't matter. So, for anyone and everyone who lost somebody during 9/11, please understand that people didn't have to be there or have family members that they lost to have it still affect them. Because it does. I gotta go catch this guinea pig, y'all. She's like over there running towards my room. Oh, here she goes. It's just not a good day. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one.